Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to iNewsU, your trusted source for the latest news and insightful analysis. I'm John Davis, and today we dive into a groundbreaking development in international relations that could reshape global economic dynamics. Grab your coffee, sit back, and let's get started. The United States has just thrown a massive wrench into Russia's war machine, broadening its sanctions in an unprecedented move that now also targets China-based companies selling semiconductors to Moscow. This comprehensive action, announced on Wednesday, aims to stymie the Russian military's ability to sustain its ongoing invasion of Ukraine. Let's unpack the layers of this significant escalation. First, let's break down the measures taken by the U.S. Treasury. The sanctions are not just a slap on the wrist, they're a full-scale financial blockade. By threatening secondary sanctions on foreign financial institutions that engage with Russia's war economy, the U.S. essentially forces these institutions to choose between dealing with Russia or maintaining access to the U.S. financial system. And, spoiler alert, the U.S. financial system is a pretty big deal. System is a core. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen stated, "Today's actions strike at their remaining avenues for international materials and equipment, including their reliance on critical supplies from third countries. It's like trying to play Monopoly with half the pieces missing. It's just not going to work out well for Russia." But wait, there's more. The State Department is also in on the action, targeting over 300 individuals and entities not just in Russia, but across Asia, Europe, and Africa. The aim? To choke off any lifeline that could keep the Russian war machine running? It's like the US is playing global whack-a-mole with sanctions. Now let's talk tech, specifically semiconductors. The Commerce Department has cracked down on shell companies in Hong Kong that were diverting semiconductors to Russia. We're talking about $100 million worth of high-priority items, including those critical chips that have been found in everything from Russian drones to missiles and armored vehicles. That's right. Those tiny chips have a huge impact on the battlefield. And it doesn't stop at U.S. origin products. The sanctions also cover U.S.-branded goods, meaning anything made with U.S. intellectual property or technology is off-limits. This is like telling Russia, "You can't play with our toys or anyone else's that look like our toys." It's a tech embargo on steroids. Let's rewind a bit. Remember 2014 when Russia seized Crimea? Fast forward to 2022, and Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine triggered a wave of U.S. economic sanctions. Despite these measures, many analysts believed they wouldn't change Putin's calculus. However, these new sanctions aim to turn the economic screws even tighter, making it harder for Moscow to sustain its military efforts. In addition to targeting semiconductors and global entities, the Treasury is hitting Russia where it hurts: its financial infrastructure. Key parts of Russia's financial backbone, including the Moscow Exchange, MOX, have been sanctioned. MOX has been facilitating sanctions evasion by obscuring the identities of parties involved in these transactions. By sanctioning MOX, the U.S. aims to force greater transparency, making it harder for Russia to wiggle out of these restrictions. MOX responded quickly, suspending trading in dollars and euros almost immediately. It's like the financial equivalent of pulling the fire alarm, only this time, it's not a drill. And just as this news broke, President Joe Biden jetted off to a summit in southern Italy with leaders from the Group of 7 democracies. One of their top priorities? Bolstering support for Ukraine and dismantling the Russian war machine? It's like the Avengers assembling, but with world leaders instead of superheroes, though some might argue they're one and the same. Peter Harrell, who served as the White House Senior Director for International Economics, called these sanctions a paradigm shift. By increasing the number of Russian entities that could trigger sanctions from 1,200 to 4,500, the U.S. is inching closer to what looks like a global financial embargo on Russia. Imagine playing dodgeball and suddenly finding out there are thousands more balls coming your way. Tough game for Russia. The impact of these sanctions is expected to be profound. They aim to make it significantly harder for Russia to procure international materials and equipment. Over time, this could weaken Russia's economy and its ability to sustain military operations. It's a strategic chokehold aimed at squeezing the life out of Russia's war capabilities. Treasury Secretary Yellen summed it up by saying these actions target Russia's remaining avenues for international materials and equipment. The message is clear. Every possible route for Russia to maintain its military efforts is being systematically blocked. To give you a sense of the scale, US-made chips and technology have been found in a variety of Russian military equipment. From drones to radios, missiles to armored vehicles, these components are essential for modern warfare. Cutting off this supply is like taking away the batteries from your remote control car. Only in this case, the car is a tank. Ukrainian officials have consistently reported finding US-made technology and Russian military gear recovered from the battlefield. These new sanctions aim to close those loopholes, ensuring that the Russian military machine can't simply replace its lost tech with new imports. The sanctions' reach extends beyond Russia and the US. By targeting entities in Asia, Europe, and Africa, the US is sending a strong message. If you're helping Russia, you're not going to get a free pass. Peter Harrell highlighted that this move by the US represents a shift towards a global financial embargo on Russia. By expanding the list of sanctioned entities, the US is creating a framework that isolates Russia from the international financial system, making it exceedingly difficult for the country to conduct business as usual. In conclusion, the US has escalated its economic warfare against Russia in a bid to cripple its military machine. By targeting not just Russian entities but also foreign companies aiding Russia, the sanctions aim to tighten the noose around Russia's economy and its ability to sustain the invasion of Ukraine. That's all for today's deep dive. Stay tuned to your channel name for more updates on this evolving story. As always, we value your thoughts and feedback, so drop your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth news coverage. Until next time, I'm John Davis signing off. And remember, in the world of news, staying informed is staying empowered. Have a great day, everyone!